What if I told you that pretty much everything you've been taught about wealth is, well, wrong? Today, we're going to dive into a radical idea from Dr. Amos Wilson that says true power isn't in your bank account or the land you own, it's all in your mind.
Just let that sink in for a second. The wealth of a people is ultimately in the mind. What Dr. Wilson is saying here is that all the physical stuff, the land, the gold, the oil, none of it is the real source of power. The true engine of wealth is a community's collective consciousness. It's an idea that's so counterintuitive, it kind of forces us to question everything we think we know about economics.
So, okay, if the land itself isn't the source of wealth, then where do we look? Well, the answer, as we're about to see, requires a huge shift in our perspective, away from what's in the ground and toward what's going on in our heads. And this leads us to a massive, really baffling question. We've all seen it, right? Countries with unbelievable natural resources. We're talking diamonds, oil, fertile land, where the people are really struggling. How is that even possible? It just doesn't add up. Unless, of course, we're missing a key part of the equation. And here's Dr. Wilson's explanation for it. It's not about the resources themselves, but about our consciousness. Imagine having the keys to a brand new supercar, but you have no idea how to drive. All that potential is sitting right there, but an impaired awareness stops you from even turning the ignition. You could literally be standing on a mountain of gold and just see a pile of rocks. That word, consciousness, is the key to all of this. But, it can be a slippery concept. So before we go any further, let's really nail down exactly what we mean when we say it's the blueprint for our reality. Okay, so here's the definition from the source material. It's not just about being awake or aware. I want you to look at the two most important words here: facilitates and sets limits. This means the way your mind is organized can either be a powerful tool that opens up all kinds of possibilities, or it can be a cage that you don't even realize you're in. To put it another way, your consciousness is the operating system for your life. It can be organized for success, helping you think clearly and achieve your goals. Or it can be chaotic, setting limits on what you believe is possible and, because of that, what you can actually do. It's the internal blueprint for your external world. All right, this is all really interesting in theory, but does it actually work in the real world? Well, let's look at a case study that makes this concept absolutely undeniable. Let's talk about the paradox of Japan. So here's the puzzle. Japan is a relatively small island nation with almost no natural resources to speak of. No major oil reserves, no vast mineral deposits, and yet it's one of the most powerful economies on the planet. How? How do you build an empire of wealth on what is basically empty ground? The answer, of course, is in what they create. World-class cars, cutting-edge electronics. These are all products of the mind. And here's the kicker. Almost none of the raw materials needed to make these things actually come from Japan. I mean, look at this contrast. It is staggering. On one side, you have a nation with virtually nothing in the ground, but it's rich and powerful. On the other side, you have nations sitting on troves of cobalt, diamonds, and gold, yet they struggle with poverty. This proves, in the clearest way possible, that just possessing resources is not the same as possessing wealth, not even close. So, how do they do it? They import the raw materials, aluminum, cobalt, copper, nickel. They bring in the building blocks from all over the world. Their entire economic model is based on one thing: transforming the raw material wealth of other nations into something much more valuable. And this is the ultimate point. Japan's real resource isn't in its soil, it's in the collective mind of its people. The knowledge, the organization, the vision, that is their national treasure. They use their consciousness to take the raw wealth of others and multiply its value. That is the incredible power we're talking about. So seeing this in a country is one thing, but how do you apply this to your own life? How do you tap into this power? The answer isn't some modern secret, it's an ancient directive. This is not a new age fad, this is foundational wisdom. We're told that for ancient African sages, this was the #1 directive. Before you try to know the world, before you try to build wealth or power, you must first know thyself. It's the essential first step. But what does that actually mean? It's really a 3-step path. First, you have to assess yourself deeply and honestly. Second, you use that knowledge to consciously evolve.
And third, and this is the real game changer, you stop looking outside for solutions. Because the moment you look to someone else for the answer, you've given your power away.
You are the source. The solution you're looking for, the answer to the problem you face, it's already inside of you. The real wealth, the true power, the magic, it's your own consciousness just waiting to be organized and activated.
And we end on this powerful concept, Sankofa. It literally means go back and get it. It teaches us that to move forward, we have to reach back and reclaim the wisdom we've left behind. The wisdom of know thyself. The wealth, the power is already inside you. The only question left is, will you go back and get it?